Pecha Kucha 139, MCM Comicon London 2019. So I didn't just play Three Kingdoms Total War this week. I actually went outside the house, did something, and I'm going to talk about maybe half of it because there's a lot that can't really be talked about 20 seconds per slide. So when we got there, we kind of went to the... I went with Raucous Magnum, a friend of mine. We went to the video game section first. There was some unannounced Arc Systems thing. They're the guys who make Guilty Gear. Some really high-level dudes were there. They signed some stuff and took some photos. It was great fun and utterly unexpected. Good way to start off. We went to some presentation for Trails of Cold Steel, which is like a JRPG, J-Action RPG thing. And they gave us free stuff, including a reasonably good art book. Which I took and was happy, and it's I put it in a corner and I'll never see it again. So obviously cosplay is a massive part of this. Pika Stormtrooper here. Walking by, I managed to get a quick pic of him. It's mostly in focus, and this is about the last time you're going to see a picture in focus. I am one of the few things I learned at my time in university is I'm not a good photographer. Even though my phone can cover most of the distance, it can't cover it all. So there was some kind of Star Wars Tai Chi thing going on, and Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers on the day were professional, maybe even actual security guards. They, I didn't even know if there was a guy in the Darth Vader suit. I looked at him for a full minute before he moved. Dick Dastardly cosplay, get your dick pics here, is what it says on his sign. And I didn't realize the joke until 4 hours later because I don't sleep enough. All right, so that's a cautionary tale. It's a pretty obvious joke. I think he made the costume after thinking of how he could work in the sign. So someone showed up as Ultra Instinct Goku, and as I'd said to Raucous Magnum earlier, it's not a Comic-Con without Predators. And then it looked like there was going to be some kind of thing between Goku and the 4 Predators who were rolling as a troop. And then they posed for photos because what else would you do at Comic-Con? And this photo is courtesy of Raucous Magnum because my phone decided it wasn't going to take a picture of something this awesome. And I tried for about 10 seconds, but I can't hold up people's days. It's infuriating. But what are you going to do? Yeah, so, you're typically walking past people and only realizing who you've just seen as they walk past, but when I saw a guy in a pink shirt with a Vegeta hair, I intentionally ran behind him to see what it said on the back of his shirt. Bad man, good job. And there was a guy in a massive Chocobo costume, which had its own stand somewhere. I don't like asking people to turn around and stop what they're doing. So I saw Mr. 47, Lego Batman, and Pyramid Head lady from Silent Hill. I don't want them going towards the camera. That's for the kids. I did, however, ask a couple of people to pose because they were in the middle of stuff. Char from the original Gundam, and I saw JJ with Spider-Man. I couldn't help myself. They were both pretty cool with this. Because people come to Comic-Con to be cool, but still, it's a long day and there's a lot of queuing. At some point we had to eat something, so we decided to try some random food that was on sale, which was actually quite good. They were like flavored biscuit sticks, so they were just like Cadbury's chocolate fingers, but it wasn't necessarily chocolate on the fingers. But the drinks that were all Pokemon licensed drinks, I got this one, and it was pretty fucking bad. Yeah, probably the only thing that went wrong on the entire day was that I got this flavor of Pokemon drink. Yeah, there was a illustrator's corner. I did pick up some art from a guy. Pretty good. In fact, I feel like I paid for the paper and I was fortunate enough to get free artwork on top. I didn't go with that much money, but I did manage to leave with a whole lot less. I got a t-shirt lucky dip, 3 t-shirts for a tenner. I bought Raucous Magnum the same thing. We got the same 3 t-shirts, a goddamn Harry Potter t-shirt, a DC Comics t-shirt, and a American Horror Stories t-shirt. We could have done worse, but goddamn, we got the same t-shirts. Unfortunately, by this point, I spent all my money, and this is when I saw this really cool like Ukuyo-e style fan art stuff that was as expensive as you think it should be for how cool it is. The guy, he took cards and he does have a website, but I'm like, now I'm out of Comicon, I just want to keep my money, but this stuff's awesome. We did see Troy Baker and Nolan North. They did give a talk for 45 minutes, which they finished by playing Wii Tennis. Technical difficulties notwithstanding, it was very funny. It was toilet humor right from the start. There were kids at the front, but hey, who cares, right? Good stuff. And as we left, I left my phone in my pocket for half of it. We went past half the Mortal Kombat cast. Saw Mario and Luigi chilling with Ryu and Ken, and when I saw Bison by the food stand, I had to take my goddamn phone out of my pocket. Can't see a guy in a good Bison cosplay and just walk past that. And of course, you got a queue to get in to the next queue. You've got a queue at the stands, and by God, you've got a queue to get out. So that's what we did because it was time to leave. Oh wow! But I mean, yeah, that's the deal. If you're going to Comic-Con, expect a queue. That's why you take a friend. It's not so you can have a good time, but so you got someone to talk to. So obviously, the sad clown of the week is Theresa May. I can't remember where I read the quote, but someone called her impervious to reality, and I think that pretty much sums up her ridiculous tenure as Prime Minister. It's a shame her political. I watched this BBC. Theresa May's political career in 3 minutes video, and it turns out that she didn't start a career as a farce. She had a good long run doing politics, and then David Cameron threw her under the bus, and the rest is history, or maybe it's unhistory, since during her tenure she didn't actually get anything done. And that's her legacy and unlegacy. I guess we have that in common, so I shouldn't be the pot calling the kettle so black. But that brings us to the end of Pecha Kucha 139, and I think I'll leave it another 5 to 10 years to go to another Comic-Con. It was fun, but you don't want to make a habit of it, I think. See you next time.